Guys, and tonight we're going to be doing another series or another episode of the Beyond the Dragon series. We'll be talking about Crested Geckos and Gargoyle Geckos tonight with two of the homies, Penny and Anthony. What's up? What's up? Here, we're going to get Anthony in here. Sheesh.
What up?
What's up?
Where's Anthony at? Oh, there you go.
He's lagging. Always,
Bro, why doesn't it just like zoom into my face?
It does that because you're sharing the screen now with me, bro. I want to see your pretty face. Oh, there's the man.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on?
What up? Good vibes? What up? What up?
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up?
Ugly. Why you always hating, MG?
Ugly. You so ugly.
Beautiful close-up. What you talking about?
Sheesh.
He only says that because he wants the paradox from me. Hey, Valerie. What up, Kay?
I can hear Anthony. You got volume?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
you got Valerie.
Okay. All right, what's up, guys? So like I was saying, Beyond the Dragon, we are going to be doing a special series. Once a month, one of our podcasts will be dedicated to talking about other species of reptiles, something you may be interested in breeding or keeping in the future. So we're going to be bringing on some breeders to talk about different species and kind of go over the whole, give you the 101, everything you need to know, not necessarily breeding wise, but keeping wise. There might be some breeding information in there too, but this is really just to inform you on other species of reptiles. That is what this series of the podcast is dedicated to. Before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors: Travis at Kuhl Dragons, Anthony at Goldenlined Cresties, Penny at FearlessExotics, John from Extreme Dragons, Christy from JK Dragons, Jason from High Desert, Steven from Sapphire Dragons, Colin from Superfly Dragon Guy, and Ryan from Fryzies Reptiles. Woo!
That's a mouthful.
What's up, everybody? So how's everyone doing tonight? This is the place to be on a Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I always got to take a hit before, huh?
So, to start off the podcast, I got a bunch of questions, guys.
I bet.
Let's go.
But first, you guys already know we got Anthony with Goldenlined Cresties. We got Penny with LA Exotics. But for everybody that doesn't know you guys, where are you guys from and located, and how can they get a hold of you?
Go ahead, Penny.
From LA, California, South Central, pretty much. I'm mainly on my Instagram. My phone number is up there. I do got a morph market. That's pretty much it.
So hit him up on his IG at LA_ right? Exotics Reptiles, right? You got the underscore in there?
Yep.
All right. And Anthony?
What's up, guys? I'm Anthony, owner of Goldenlined Cresties. Born and raised in Torrance in LA. I'm now resided in Hemet, California, about an hour and a half away. We do have Instagram. We do have Facebook. Never been a big Facebook fan, but I'm now jumping back on that platform. And then for everybody who does know, my phone number is on Instagram.
All right, so reach out to him. Link in the bio, you know what I mean? If you're trying to get that number.
Late at night.
Like you said, Facebook's a terrible fucking platform for reptiles. I just want to put that out there. Like, there's no positive information on Facebook given out. Like, it's just, which is crazy because, like, you think about it, Instagram, people use their handles, right? They don't use their real names. They don't give out any information. But people on Facebook give out all their information, and then they'll talk hella shit about you.
It's all backlash.
Your address right there. Like, I'm about to pull up on you or something. Oh, that shit So crazy. Facebook though, terrible. Like I haven't found one good reptile like group or any. We're not even gonna get on that. It's terrible. All right, guys. So out of all species, what made you guys choose geckos and the specific ones you guys work with? So they tonight, Anthony's going to be answering all the Cresty questions for us, and Penny's going to be on gargoyles. If he doesn't know anything, Anthony said he'll hop in and answer the question for Penny on gargoyles. But yeah,
basically,
so you guys get into the specific species.
Go ahead, Penny. I'll let you go. You can
Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, before I did even geckos and stuff, I was doing some other projects. This was like, what, 3 years ago that I went to a Pomona show, which I didn't know no one. So some guy let me hold a gargoyle gecko, and bro, it was a reticulated one, but it was huge, and like, I just liked how it looked. But their prices are just kind of up there, even for babies. So I barely got into it, like, what, a year and a half ago? It's pretty much the way they look, bro.
What do they feel like? They look like they feel like an old lady.
So they're pretty soft, like almost all New Caledonian geckos. They're pretty soft. It's just once you get to the head part, they feel like you could feel their bones because of the horns they got.
That's crazy. What about you, Anthony?
Me personally, I've always been around reptiles and stuff like that. I've been through iguanas, bearded dragons, monitors, but something about crested geckos always kind of came back to me. And the fact that it's never ending with the color mutations or the pattern form, I kind of felt like an artist at work all the time. And I just felt like this is something I wanted to stay in, to be honest. That's basically about it.
Nice. And, so how long have you actually been breeding Cresties?
I've been doing breeding crested geckos. I've actually took it into hobby/business form almost 12 years ago.
Nice. So you've been around the block for a little bit.
You could say that, yeah. I've seen a lot of old-time breeders kind of give me a little bit of pointers and kind of things I would never have noticed. An outside view, I guess. So it was pretty cool.
What about you, Penny? How you said you just got into the guards? So how
Yeah,
long?
for gargoyle, it's only been a year and like a year and a half, bro. But before I even got one, like I did my research. Like I didn't even know there was other forms. Like I just thought it was just reticulated when I first saw my first one.
That's how I felt with beardies. When I first got my first beardie, I thought they were all normals and like.
Yeah, but like this was cool, and then like as I like look into it and see other people's, I'm like, wait, where'd that stripe come from? Like what?
Yeah, that's how it starts. That's how you fall in love. See that crazy morph, or yeah, like the genetic stripes and reticulated pythons. I think that's like the coolest shit. But any other morph, like I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah. There's just so many, bro. You got the stripes, you got the reticulated, the blotch, mosaics.
What? Hold on. So how many morphs do they? There's not that many, right?
There's quite a few.
In gargoyles?
I think Cresties have more than guards.
But they're still not crazy like ball pythons, right?
No.
And what is your what's your favorite morph out of the gargoyle gecko?
As of now, it'll be the red stripes.
Yeah, I seen that one you picked up at this last Pomona show. That's just...
Yeah, I like that one. That one's mixed with a blotch. That's why you see the whole spots in the bottom.
And what about you, Anthony? What are the morphs you like to work with Cresties?
I know everybody's all-time favorites is going to be the lily white. When it first came out, it was definitely on top of my list, but seeing the market just saturated, to be honest, I kind of reverted back to my normal traits that I really like, and that's going to be known as the extreme harlequins with the drippy traits passed on down to it. So it's kind of, those are two different traits, but that's like my perfect mixture that I'm still going hard at.
What's a drippy trait for all these noobs like me that don't know shit about Cresties?
I can grab one out, but I did just spray them, so I'm gonna grab them out in a little bit. But basically, you got your traditional pinstripes and your harlequins and stuff. So when we talk about the drippy trait, you have the dorsal pattern, correct? That's where you get the harlequin mixed in on the sides, and then the pinstripe straight down. A good example is I can definitely just show you right here. Just a little quick view. A customer's picking this up tonight. Is if you can see the back pattern, you see the full pin right there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do get lucky, and if you breed it correctly, which this gecko is not working with me, you can see a couple of dots from the very top right here. And the more that it has its traits, it just keeps seeping down where it connects to the sides and stuff. So
all right,
it's very sought after, but it is kind of hard to work on it. So it's something that, we already accomplished over the last 4 or 5 years, and we're just trying to make it more and more every year.
And Crested and Gargoyles both are New Caledonian?
Correct, yeah, along with a couple other species, yes.
So would you guys say that Crested Geckos or Gargoyle Geckos are good pets? Like, just for not somebody breeding, someone that just wants to keep a pet?
Go ahead, Penny.
I think so, bro.
And
I
why
mean,
do you think so?
every reptile has babies and stuff. They might try to bite you. Might. There's a possibility to it. But honestly, these are so easy to like take care of. Like, you don't need no heat light. You don't need no UVB. We keep them in. Well, us breeders keep them in tubs for more space and stuff, which is like these.
Okay, the shoebox tubs.
So all you have to do is put some hose in it, for air and stuff. It's just gargoyles have could handle more humidity than Cresties. But for me, they're like an excellent pet to start with, a small pet to start with.
Nice. So what about you, Anthony? Why do you think Crested Geckos make good? Don't they lose their tails, throw their tails often?
So yeah, that's what I was about to get into. I think it's a great pet when it comes to responsibility, and definitely just the nature of the animal to be more docile and everything. Do I think it's for everybody starting off as a first pet? I don't believe so. Just majority of them. If you have a wild child, definitely is not. Me personally, I definitely don't think it should be their own pet unless it's supervised. It should definitely be something that's a little bit more sturdy.
So from a 2-year-old,
But when we talk about care and everything, most of them don't need the UVB heat lamps. They're pretty much room temperature, nocturnal and stuff. So for that, a lot of parents do gravitate towards them because it cuts a lot of costs in half. So
yeah. So bearded dragons cost me probably like $200-300. I mean, I got a lot of them. It's not much, but like $200-300 in electricity at least.
Yeah, and even so for the tail part, like they do end up losing them, but for Cresties, they can't regrow them back. Gargoyles can. It just doesn't come out looking the same as the whole entire gargoyle anymore. They regrow it back.
Nub life comes from when people are like, "Yeah, my Cresties is nub life."
yeah, we call it the frog butts. That's how it looks.
All right. So if they're so easy to take care of, they're good pets. What does their diet consist of?
Are you going Cresteds or Gargoyles first?
We'll go guards first and on everything.
What I use is a mix. Well, I use Pangeas and crickets.
Show them the Pangea bag.
But Pangea, let me show you a Pangea bag.
Bro.
How are those baby chicks doing, man?
Bro, they're ridiculous. So annoying. I'm trying to get them to shut up. They got to be in the background.
So for Pangea, it'll be these bags. This is what, a medium?
Yeah.
These are medium. So you mix 2 parts water with 1 part of this.
I guess it's like Beardy Buffet or the Grub.
It's kind of like the grub pie and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it just doesn't get hard. You leave it in there for like 24 hours and then you take it away. If you make a little extra, this is where I put the extra, stick it in the fridge for 7 days. It's pretty good, much good still. And it's easier to like pour on the little cups and stuff. But besides that, sometimes I mix in some other Pangea product that they have and a little bit of calcium in it and mix it up.
Okay.
And then there's different types of food. So I usually use this one, and sometimes I'll mix it with growth and breeding, which is a gray bag. It's usually for like pregnant females and stuff.
And what about Cresties, Anthony? What are you feeding all the army you got over there?
So I'm basically running the same program LA Exotic does, just because I don't know, for people who know, Crested Geckos are a lot more timid than the gargoyles. So in their natural habitats, they stay more in the trees and hidden in the crevices. So what they do is, once they have very good sense of smell versus eyesight, that once the fruit starts to slowly rot away before it drops, they can smell it and they tend to go nibble at it. So what I like to do is I like to use the 5 forms of Pangea, Rapashi, or what do they call it? The Lombardi or whatever?
Lagarde?
Yeah.
Lagarde.
Yeah. So for the Pangea, I like to give them a mix just in case some customers are allergic to certain scent or flavor and stuff. So there's going to be your papaya, which is the green bag, banana and apricot, which is your orange bag, insects is a red bag, growth and formula for breeders and juveniles to get bigger would be your gray bag, and then you have watermelon, that's your green bag. Once I do that, that's the majority of the diet. I like to feed every other day during summer and spring, fall and winter. I kind of crank it down to maybe two, possibly 3 a week. And so it's 2 times Pangea or the fruit mix, and then once a week crickets, just so they can kind of keep that natural instincts.
Is that the only that you feed them? No mealworms, no nothing like that, just crickets?
Some people do mealworms, but like we were talking about again, is they're more on the timid side, so you usually never see them on the ground. Crickets, beetles, all that stuff is going to be the stuff that's crawling up the bark and stuff versus the worms. So
Yeah, and then you got the fig and insects. The orange, but is it orange?
yeah, so there's 6 flavors. I forgot they added one.
That one. But that one's usually good when you mix it with apricot, watermelon, or what's the other one? The other fruit?
The banana and apricot,
the banana. I think banana one.
And then every so often, I like to just grab like a fresh banana, a papaya, stuff like that, and I'll actually blend it with the fruit mix so that you can get some of that actual like vitamins and minerals that's fresh versus powder.
Yeah, and then for gargoyles, some just don't eat crickets. They won't eat nothing live. They'll stay straight with Pangea.
All right, there you guys go. I seen that was actually a question. So
it's getting hot. I'll be right back. It's hot.
we'll get
wearing those tight ass clothes, of course.
So Penny, how long does it take to grow a gargoyle gecko from baby to adult, and what are the weights that you're looking for?
From baby to adult, it honestly depends on how you feed them. It's usually 2 years. That's when they'll sexually mature too.
2 years, you said?
Well, they sexually mature like in 15 to 18 months. But a grown one would probably be like a year and a half or 2.
And what's a sexual mature size or adult size, a weight?
It should be, I want to say 30 grams for males. It's because males mature faster than females. Usually for females, I usually like to wait. It's almost like a beardy 2 years, and you'll have them 50 grams and up.
Okay.
Males usually, once they have their nuts, to go ahead.
Mutation creations and that.
Yeah, I saw that. I was gonna say what's up to Billy.
What up, Billy? I don't know if you're still here. Shit, that's crazy. All right, so the females you said 50 grams, males you said 30.
No, males could be roughly between 30 and up. They
Okay.
sexually mature faster than females.
Okay. And Anthony, the question was, how long does it take to grow?
Mutations.
For you, it'd be a crested gecko from baby to adult, and what are the weights?
Okay. The weights, given male or female, we like to try to knock it at 40 and 45 ratio for male to female. Now, with that being said, everybody's going to have their typical, little say and do this and do that. What I've noticed with a lot of breeders is their geckos tend to stay smaller a lot longer than the ones I personally produce. More than a handful of customers tell me, hey, your geckos are usually right on the insects when I get them. There's a lot of YouTube stuff you see out there where Tiki's geckos and other people were saying that they would normally get blown up with calls after like an expo or a shipment saying, hey, my gecko's not eating crickets. But with me, like I said, I like to stay on a regimen. And so they're constantly getting that scenario, right? And with my geckos, my adult males, they'll mature from a baby to an adult. I mean, I have 10, 11-month-old geckos that surpass the size of my 3-year-old male that I purchased from somebody else. So everybody thinks I do something special with them, but it's honestly just my feeding regimen. And my females, they still have to build the follicles. They'll get to size in about 1.5 years. Most will breed around 1.5 to 2 years, though. Males will start breeding for me about 10 months to 12 months.
And what's the
if I allowed them to.
What's the weight a breeding female should hit?
Minimum 45. Why? Some might say is you're gonna get the deduction of weight when it comes to the egg laying. So you kind of want to take that under consideration. Once they drop those eggs, they probably drop down to 38, 35 grams. So that's a big portion out of their system. And anything over 45, you kind of tend to see them put on just a little bit extra weight and pack in more calcium and stuff like that.
Okay.
What type of geckos for Cresties?
Crested, New Caledonian geckos, basically, because the information we're sharing for the Crested and Gargoyles kind of go with the Chihuahuas a little bit, but there's a little bit different care. Leachianish geckos with a little different care, so you kind of apply it to everything, I guess.
Pretty much.
Nice. So very similar, easy to take care of. Now, how easy are they to breed?
Go ahead, Penny. You're first on everything. I forgot.
Why?
Well, that's what he said. That's what we came up with. So we're not getting.
What was this? Nah, but for me, honestly, I have never bred a Cresty, so I wouldn't know. But scene wise, it's probably harder to breed a Gargoyle than Cresty.
Gargoyle, yeah. No doubt, no doubt.
From what I've seen and what I've seen on Anthony, Cresties will smash right in front of you.
If they're not timid. If they're not timid.
You could put two Gargoyles together in a tub trying to smash, and you won't. It's rare to see it. They just like they like their privacy pretty much.
So they're not that easy to breed.
What does our Gargoyle gecko look like? I'll show you right now.
So basically, and I'm gonna go off a little bit on Penny. Just from the years that I've had, and I dealt with different scenarios too, because not all two types of geckos are the same, is for people who know Leachianis and Chihuahuas, they can get very territorial, and they choose their mates, basically. Gargoyles do have that mentality, but not as strong. So they can be fine for breeding season, 2 breeding season, and all of a sudden you add like an extra female or rotate something can get triggered in their brain and they can switch on them right away. I've had a big female introduced to 2 smaller females and a male. They both double teamed her, and by the time I checked her and the other day, she was already like kind of not doing too well, basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So Crested Geckos, they have, like I said, they have that more of the the docile energy, I guess, and mentality that if they just don't want to do anything, the female will act up and kind of go at the male and be like, hey, I don't want this. And then if the male is strong enough to overpower, it just happens, and then that's about it. But you usually don't see a lot of deaths and stuff like that.
Penny, where the fuck are you going, into the dungeon, bro?
I'm getting them a Gargoyle
I know,
Gecko.
he's literally going through. He's like, which one's good enough to put on our podcast?
Nah, I was flipping my thing.
I can literally grab one right now for you, Penny, for people who just asked. Literally, 2
Yeah,
seconds.
but no one's trying to see your fingers a lot.
Regarding the front door, he has to walk out of the dungeon and go get him.
Dang, I went dark.
It went dark, literally.
Got you, look. I got you.
Yeah, actually, the next question I have for you guys, and someone asked, what is a typical enclosure size? So I see a lot of people use the 18 by 18 by, like, I think are 12s.
So, oh, go ahead, Penny. I forgot. You keep going first. Go ahead.
What do you mean?
Or enclosure? No, go ahead.
Oh, it all depends. Like I said, for us breeders, we use these tubs and stuff. But usually, like, I mean, say if you want one for display or something, you'll use is it 12 by 12 by 18? I think it's a 12 by 12 by 18. It's like a glass one.
That's what I see a lot of people use.
But like Josh, he uses those as his breeding and how he keeps his geckos. So, you know, everyone has their preference. I have PVC for my adults. I use tubs for my babies and subs.
Nice. And those were just like typical like shoebox size tubs, right?
Are they? I'm not sure. They got them from Target, but I don't think a shoe will fit there.
Yeah,
well, not my
like
shoe.
Kid size shoes and women's smalls. You can get them at Home Depot and Target and stuff like that. I pay like $1.87 or something per box.
Look, let me show you how I keep mine. So let me move this guy out the way.
Shoes are that big.
Look, so how I keep mine is not all of them have bark, but usually it's the bark, the paper towel. You missed it. That's their food, and that's pretty much how it looks.
Nice.
Yeah, man, Anthony, Mad Doggy, my gecko. I saw that.
No, I'm trying to look at the comments. They're like, where do you get your PVCs and stuff like that, Penny?
My PVC, I got it from some guy, but I wouldn't get it from him anymore. I am trying to look to get the ones from Tomorrow Design because they're 6 condos, so I could house more.
Hey, your wait time just increased by 6 months, Penny.
What are the temps you keep them at, Penny?
I get first dibs. What?
What are the temps you keep them at?
So it's pretty much room temperature, man. Since everything. Huh?
What is room temp?
Hey, you too, Billy. Thank you, bro.
Room temp for me would be like, what's room temp for me? Like about like 75 to 78.
Okay.
The coldest it'll probably drop.
Right.
The coldest it'll probably drop here will be like around 60?
Okay, so they can get as low as 60 and as high as 78, you said?
They could get lower because mines have been to like 55 and stuff. So it all depends. It's just at night everything's off, all my lights are off, so everything just cools down. But they don't need lights. It's just because my iguanas are in the same room as them.
Do you use heat pads or anything, or they just
no. Not at all.
All right. Can you, this goes for both of you guys, can you cohabitate either species?
For gargoyles, I mean, you could have the male and female together. Sometimes you could have them like that for life. I've never tried having 2 females. I know it's doable. I've seen it. So it all depends. But 2 males, you cannot. They will fight.
Yeah, I think that's with any species. As long as if you put 2 males in anything.
Yeah. Go ahead,
So, like I said, that's another controversial thing. Me personally, I know Penny said he's never tried a trio of gargoyles. I have. I actually have a trio right now, and they've lived together on season, off season, and I have no problems. But there is a dynamic relationship, like I was telling you. I had I had thrown in a big female I got at a show. They didn't recept to her. So I left it as the trio. For Crested Geckos,
something?
huh?
Did they like grow into sexual maturity together or something?
No, believe it or not, they're just about the same size and everything. I put, nice green plannery in there to give them barriers. I have the big old wood bark thing that goes into like a little hide type thing. And when they just don't want to be next to each other, they kind of separate. And then when they do, they kind of interact. Now, Crested Geckos, I've seen it happen. The solos, a lot of people came by 12 by 12 by 18. Those Exoteras that you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
For a solo. Some people will put pairs in there during breeding season, but then take them out. But the 18 by 18 by 24, I've seen a lot of people that need the room. They'll put a trio of Cresteds and they'll do just fine because they're not as aggressive as Chihuahuas and Gargoyle Geckos. So, and I always tell people too, if you really go to the wild, which is hard because you're not supposed to be there and it's a reserve, if you actually go there, just like dogs, us people and everything, there's sometimes where we're isolated, but then there's sometimes we're in a big old group and you can't control it. So for people to really say, can you? You can't say yes or no, but should you is the different, I guess, wording you can say, because we're supposed to be the people.
You have them, right? And you're trying to breed them. How long do you keep them together?
I do it way differently than everybody else, but go ahead, Penny. You can go first with gargoyles.
I keep them there to the whole process. Once I know she drops her first eggs and they're fertile, that's when I move the male away because she'll keep dropping me his babies till they're unfertile. That's when I could switch her off to another male. But usually I let them take a break and then I'll go with a different male.
You get from one female that'll be fertile from a male.
Sometimes it could be 2 clutches. Sometimes it could be 3. For me, I've been only getting 2 clutches. Then it'll just go unfertile.
What about you, Anthony?
Well, Gargoyle Experience, the longest I've ever had is I had a female retain a whole season off of a male, believe it or not, which is kind of hard to believe, but with that, gargoyles don't give you as many clutches as the crested. Crested geckos usually lay almost on the dot every time, 30 to 45 days, depending on how much of a veteran they are and the ovaries kind of go at it. My cresteds usually drop me 4 to 6 clutches a year, basically. I've noticed the gestation period is a little longer than a crested gecko, but same thing with crested geckos. I don't keep them in like pennies, so that's where I'm saying we're a little different. Is they'll lock in front of me, and then I separate them. Which low key, I was talking to them, how cool would it be if I put a pair together? They lock up on live for you guys, and then see the whole process. Which we might if we have time, but yeah, I breed them. I take them out. Most of the time, if the temperature stays solid I like to keep it as low as 70 because you get the temperature drop, and as high as 78, but I prefer to stay like mid-70s if I can't help it. And it's been working for me. I used to keep the trios. I used to keep them together when I started originally, 12 years ago, almost 13, for 2 seasons. And I've noticed once I switched it, my production just skyrocketed. Why? Because I get to pay attention and see what each female is doing versus guessing on who's laying, who's getting the job done and stuff like that. So.
And what's the incubation like? Like, what do you guys keep them in? How long? What are the temps?
So I have a personal wine cooler that I built. I have a nice computer fan that's cost me a pretty penny. I got the Heat Snake heat tape, and I connected it to a thermostat that's connected to my fan. I like to run it since I'm in the desert, and when they normally lay, it can get to the hundreds. I like to keep it at a consistent 75 74 to 77. So it gives me a 3-degree radiant, and it can hatch anywhere from 60 days to 120. But I had one year where there was a heat spike, and I didn't realize my fan had shut off. They would hatch in 50 days.
Dang.
And they were perfectly fine.
Are those hot females because it got so hot?
The what?
Hot females? Does that happen with crested geckos?
He means like
what's
he means like if the temperature is colder or hotter, do you get a preference in male or females coming out?
No, it's not sex. It's not temperature sex gradient. No. No, sorry. I thought you were talking about if they continue laying eggs, but I noticed when my temperatures do drop, they do tend to start laying infertiles, and they kind of get rid of the male sperm, like they're going to go into a cool down period.
And do they go through brumation?
Mine do not go through brumation. They actually gotten as cold as 50 degrees. Do I like it that way? No, but sometimes you can't control it, and I want them to get that cool period to where all my females shut down completely, to where I know I can get fresh eggs from a new male, or if I sell them off to make sure they get something completely what they paid for, you know? If we can 10 sex these things, it would be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
I've already tried to fluctuate it, and honestly, it's the same, to be real.
Yeah, so I incubate at 85. What do you guys incubate? I mean, I got bearded dragons, but what do you guys incubate?
Mine's 74 to 77 all time.
Mine's is 80 to 81.
Nice.
And that's the same temperature I incubate the dragons too.
At 81? And they don't take you like fucking 80 days to hatch?
They do, but I like it because they come out bigger.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen some people doing like 89, and I'm like, dude, that's crazy. But
Nah,
that's what it is.
like some people don't like for gargoyles or cresties or something. Some people don't like going that high to incubate because they like to wait more. Like Anthony, he incubates his low because they come out bigger when they come out the egg. Mine's literally come out either the 60-day or a little bit ahead of it. But
well, to be honest, from over here, from when I've lived in my house for over a year, a little over a year now, having that 74 to 77, I'm not gonna lie, they still come out 60 to 70 days almost every time. But now if I go above that, I do notice they do come out around 55, 56 days. But I know some people are usually concerned, and that's why they do the safe practice and stay lower from the stuff they read online, is because they think it's going to help their gecko's head gets bigger. I've already scientifically tried it with different genetics and different parents, and I even ran 2 seasons to see if it is. Most of the time, me personally, I think it's genetics, brother. The only thing I can say about hatching 60 days to 120 is 120s, you just have more time in the egg, so they look more presentable when they come out, right? Follicle-wise and everything, and the traits. Now, when they come out earlier, they have a little bit more growing to do, so they look a little funkier until they catch up to what their body is supposed to look like.
Nice, yeah. No, I think big heads are genetic, bro. It's my big ass head. My son's got a big ass head. You know?
Hey, tell Penny to take off the hoodie.
Hey, mine, I got a big head. I even passed it down to my daughter.
Oh, dang, bro. You gave that fucking big old noggin to your daughter.
Yeah.
Messed up, bro. That's terrible.
That should not matter for structure. You're right.
You have one of our followers right there, boss. Amy from I pronounced it wrong yesterday. Seraphic Crested Geckos. She said the temperature shouldn't matter for the structure. And like I said, you're gonna have those old timers and people who are writing on the Google and stuff in these books saying it is from that, but I don't think it is.
It's Penny's
Sure,
club.
well, let's get into some cooler topics on these guys. Like, what are some of the common morphs and gargoyles, Penny?
You said common?
Yeah, common. So like What do you see a lot of?
It'll be stripes, but lately a lot of people have been working with the red stripes.
Okay.
Me, I'm not a blotch fan, but I guess it's just the people I follow that just focus more on red stripes and stuff. But it's everyone's preference because everyone likes something. Like I may not like reticulated because they rarely show any color or something like that.
And
But
what is reticulated?
I have one. Hold up.
Oh, Penny, I wanted to take mine out.
So this will be a reticulated.
Oh, okay.
She's gravid, so I'm not about to like mess with her.
All right, Penny, I got your red stripe for you.
But I did mix her with a blotch. So her babies and the blotch babies, they came out reticulated with spots of reds.
Red stripe obviously means the red stripes down the back.
Yep.
Yeah. And the orange, depending on how you did breed the offsprings, if they're from red parents, the orange will turn red. Now, if you mix the orange with the red, it's a possibility the orange stays orange.
Is there a genetic stripe?
I guess you can low-key call those a genetic stripe because the stripes are always there if it's a stripe
Pretty much.
gecko, but
Right.
it's not going to be a trait that's normally passed down like a ball python or anything like
Is it
that.
recessive though?
Huh?
Is red stripe recessive or is that a dominant gene?
It's either just stripes, reticulated, or blotched. Those are all going to be dominant traits that's passed down.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that we found out that's recessive, and I know Penny can agree right now, is going to be a phantom eye as a recessive.
Those are badass. But those usually they get them like as they're older. I haven't seen a baby with this, so it could take up to like 2 years or more till you actually see that.
All right. So all you said blotch, red stripe.
You wasn't even paying attention. He was just laughing at messaging.
I know. I'm trying to write these fuckers back. And the reticulated. Those are the three common ones. And
Reticulated, stripes, blotch.
What is like a higher end? Like what is the most expensive thing on the market right now in gargoyles?
It would be the ones that before red stripes and stuff will be the mosaics and phantom eyes.
Phantom eyes?
But like up in the market will be those 6-stripe red stripe ones you have, which Anthony has 2.
Of what?
The 6 stripes?
Yeah, so those are pretty hard to come by, and actually, it's been a long time since I've seen something that looks like something that's produced. And I'll bust one out right now. I actually posted a picture on Instagram.
Yeah, if I had a mosaic, I would show you guys, but it literally looks like it doesn't look. It kind of looks like a reticulated, but it's not because the lines kind of form a M. It's crazy, but I don't have one yet.
Okay.
All right, I'll show you guys real quick.
Anthony, what are like some common morphs? Just like easy, anybody can get a hold of. Crested.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oof.
Oh damn.
See how it has the one line right there? It has the 4 lines on the back, and then it has one on that. So technically, that would be your 6 stripes right there.
Is that a phantom eye, or all of their eyes look like that?
No, so this actually has blue eyes, like grayish blue eyes with black pupils. But when he was talking about phantom, it all goes black. Like if it was a pupil, yeah.
Yeah, I have a picture of the one I used to have. I sold her in the show, or else I would have showed her, but their eyes are completely dark.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but now with that being said as well, though, is Penny, I'm going to alliterate off of what you just said, kind of expand it, so when you say common, those are the common morphs you see. But then you also got color mutations that can also be common and then non-common. So you have your traditional black and white coloring. You have your traditional browns or your yellows. Well, yellow's a little bit more on the
yellow base.
Rarer side because a lot of people didn't work with it, but people are starting to. And then you also have your red phase, which I have a pure red gecko right here. So this is not necessarily the morph genetic. It's more of the color phase. That's about it.
This is a yellow.
I seen a
And of course,
red Crested Gecko going for like 25 grand.
so this isn't fired up right now, but I have pictures. This guy does go like very, very like maroon red. But right now when he's fired down, because he was kind of just sleeping right now, he's pretty much bright red.
Oh, and you do have the pastels, which we call them pastels, but when they fire down, they're like a pinkish tone to it.
Pinkish, like purple, yeah.
What'd you say that was, a pastel?
A pastel.
So instead of calling them lavenders like crested geckos, we call them pastels.
Because you have the geckos that they all fire up and fire down, but usually you see it more when they're fired down. Well, I mean, personally, me, I like the gargoyles fired down.
I like fire down, honestly.
Is that when they're darker?
No,
Nah, when they're lighter.
Those a lot lighter stuff, so you'll see more contrast in the gecko.
Okay.
Is what it is. Because when it's fired up, it's normally the darker base coloring, which is going to blend in a lot more with your traditional bark and stuff like that. So I've noticed.
Okay, what is one of the biggest mistakes you see gargoyle keepers or crested gecko keepers making when they first get their reptile?
I don't really see that many mistakes. It's just when you do make them and then you do get eggs and gargoyles, and then people just tend to kind of lie about the parents. It kind of messes what you want to work with. Because I could easily
like overhandling. Is it something you can handle a lot?
You can, but babies for me, you kind of can, but it's pretty much up to the person. I like to handle all of mine, just so like if I ever do ship them or someone else gets them, they're easily to handle later on. But people are usually scared of the whole tail loss.
What about you, Anthony, with crested geckos? You've been doing it a little longer. I'm sure you've seen some crazy things.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I actually did one of them too. When you start getting into like tubs and stuff, there's a lot of mistakes that can definitely go into it. You can pre-drill too many holes where it gets too dry too fast, and geckos get very dehydrated and kind of croak. But then I've also seen holes where there's barely any, and it's so moist in there, and you keep spraying it, you can cause respiratory, and they kind of end up passing away that way.
What's kind of a good humidity for them, like 70%?
Yeah, I would say about 60-70%. They do need their wet side. Like, so for me, when I use a 6-quart tub for like a baby or a small juvenile, I'll pretend there's a divider. The back half where the plants and like the bark and stuff is, I'll spray, because they tend to like to drinking off the leaves because they're not going to go to the floor. And then the front half is super dry to where if they want to get to it, they can kind of just do their own thing, you know, and have the ventilation in the front.
Nice. What about you, Penny?
For humidity or the same thing?
Yeah, humidity.
Gargoyles tend to have it a little higher than Cresties. And then
70,
for me, I have less holes on them just so the humidity could stay at its like level. Because if I do put a lot of holes in it, it just dries up and then I'll have to respray. So right now I just spray once a day. But as it gets hotter, you spray more times.
Usually about twice a day, especially in the desert out here.
So no water bowls, only spraying.
You could do water bowls. Some people have been starting to say, hey, I put the water bowl and I see my thing drinking. To me, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's always cool because you can't force them to drink right when you spray. But I feel like if a gecko is going to run to that water, I feel like you're just not spraying enough. Like, instead of doing a longer spray so it can kind of just evaporate, I say do a second spray, or at least I like to do it during the evening because that's when they start waking up. During the day, they'll sleep, so I kind of just leave it alone. So that's why you guys see me on lives and active more towards night, because that's what my animals are doing.
That's true. And then for water bowls, I don't even keep them because usually the spray as they lick the water droplets and stuff, but they don't really drink that much because the Pangea usually takes care of it. since it's more part water than the actual mix.
All right. So their food is pretty high in moisture content. You don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Is there a mistake that you made in? I guess this doesn't necessarily have to be just in gargoyles or crested geckos, but in reptiles. I would like you guys to do the geckos, but a mistake that stands out to you that you made when you originally got into it, or something maybe recently did and learned.
Are we gonna be talking about when you say mistake? Is it during our breeding? I don't want to say career, but our breeding time, or just owning these geckos?
He's talking about reptiles, not only geckos.
Well, he said he would like us to do geckos if we can, but if not, then choose one. You gotta listen, Penny. I'm sorry,
I did.
bro.
Yeah, I mean, it could be breeding or keeping, just something that stands out to you specifically. Like, I remember posting my whiplets and my het whiplets, saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna bang out this pair this season," and then my good friend John over at Extreme Dragons was like, "Hey, bro, like, you can't do a het to a visual. What do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, bro, why not?" So I learned that's one mistake that kind of like always stands out to me, that I always try to tell other people.
You want to go first, Penny?
I'm about that a lot.
Well, for me, in reptiles in general, is getting a species without actually like learning about it first before I get it. I've had that happen to me like 2 times. I'll just get a species and like I don't even know what to do with it. I just got it because it was cool.
What species did you get that was cool? Because that'll tell if it was acceptable or not.
It was your normal Nile monitor and Savannah monitor.
Bro, that's unacceptable. If someone was like, "Bro, I got this croc monitor for you," and you're like, "Oh yeah, perfect, I'll buy
That's
it,"
different.
and you didn't have an enclosure, nothing for it ready, and you were just gonna give it, let it live in your house, I'd have been like,
I already knew you were gonna say something because of your Nile you got.
yeah, I'd have done the same. "Oh, bro, my Nile's a pain in the ass. He's a dick. Like, totally not worth it." But a croc monitor, shit, hell yeah, that would have been totally worth it.
Yeah, but that would be my like biggest thing. Like before you get into something, like learn about it, or ask people that that have it before even getting into it.
So did you make that mistake with gargoyle geckos? Did you just hop into it?
I didn't. Like I said, I'm only a year and a half in, and when I first saw my first, that's when I started studying up till I could save up to get one. Actually, yeah. So
guys, just let you know, if you're thinking about gargoyle geckos, like, sheesh,
they're nice. I mean, the care's not too bad and stuff. You don't need lights, LED lights are just to show, and so I could think they look cool and stuff,
nice. So no lights, no water bowls.
You could have water bowls. It's everyone's preference. It's
pretty good. Pretty easy to feed. Kind of hard to breed. Looks super dope. Feels like an old lady's skin. But no, they're definitely dope. I think the color stripes are my favorite personally. Like that one you got at the show was pretty sick. What about you, Anthony? Though, what is the favorite reptile that you have in your collection?
My favorite, or what was my mistake first?
Oh, whoa, bro. Yeah, what's your favorite? No, because you already answered your mistake, right?
No, I didn't, but it's okay.
My bad. All right. So what was your...
He's stoned.
He answered people's mistakes.
No, but honestly, I can make it quick. My biggest mistake was, and I know a lot of people do it. Well, not that mistake. My biggest mistake is I went a lot of female heavy and bought all these cool morphs, and then bought just one male to like 2-3 females, and those males didn't want to do the job, or the females overpowered the males. And now I just sat on a female that could have been potentially with somebody else or could have done something with me. But I was just thinking about the egg production, but I didn't realize that there is a compatibility process that goes with some geckos. I just put some in first time males in with some of the females. No luck at all. Like literally the second he touched her tail, she freaked out. I threw in my veteran males and got the job done in like 20, 30 seconds. So it does go a long way. And but the biggest mistake also, but I see other people do that I didn't do, is I already knew this was a passion. I worked at a reptile shop, so I knew, hey, geckos were my thing. This is what I wanted to do. Is a lot of people just see dollar signs because they think it's so easy that they buy too many that they can't handle. Because we got to understand, yeah, okay, fruit smoothie, cool, no lights, cool. But guess what? A monitor, if you have a water bowl, you don't need to go refill the water bowl every day unless you choose to, which is nice if you do. But geckos, you have to spray every day. So some people are like, my gecko is all dried up and dead and all this other stuff. And you see with some breeders too that they'll buy a collection and they let it go. You know, some people could say it was like me and the dragons, right? But there was a whole different background on what really happened. So to clarify is I have colored eyes. A lot of people do. Is I had a firework accident where my cousin lost his whole wrist and it blew up literally in our face. So basically with that, it kind of screwed up some of my pupils and stuff like that, where the doctor says, if I do decide to keep the dragons, I just need a prescription sunglasses, and High Desert has the same issue. So it's not like some bogus answer and stuff like that. But for me, it's like till I do it, and I feel like I would just never have the love for it like I do geckos, I was like, okay, let me just slow down and back up. I'll still have one or two, but I'm not going to go on that crazy route that I thought I wanted to do and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, just to let you know, okay, about this fucking water bowl in my Nile monitor's cage, right? This is a fucking 5-gallon tote that I have to change fucking at least every other day.
Yeah, because he kicks it up, right? He kicks it up, the dirt.
Well, he's not as bad because I got a bunch of bark in there.
Okay.
Top layer, but bro, that's his favorite place to shit. So he doesn't really shit in the rest of the cage, but he always goes in his big ass water tub and just takes a bunch of shit.
So I got
for now,
though, real quick. So your monitor, do you feed heavy? Like instead of feeding like every day or whatever, do you just feed them heavily? Because for me, when I have monitors, I notice when I do it heavy, they like to sit in the water to break up that food. So I actually tend to feed them a little less and throughout the day. And I had a little bit of better luck. But I know some people don't do that.
I feed every other day for my Nile monitor, for my mangrove monitor, for the Quincy monitor, the Ackies. It's literally every other day. So the
Hey, Skelly edition.
I just always try to do, and I'll weigh them once a month, like at the beginning of the month, and they'll be like, I think it's like 3 to 5% of their body weight, right? So most of them are on like 1 to 2 hoppers every other day. Like Nile, he'll eat, and it's not always hoppers. Sometimes it's fish. Like I try not to do high fat stuff, but they love tilapia. They love rat. Some of them will eat eggs. Like if I hard boil eggs and I just kind of crack them, they'll tear those up. The mangrove monitor doesn't really like eggs, but everybody else will eat them. Even the legless lizards, like when you guys were doing that live the other day, I was gonna come on and show you. They eat pinkies, bro. But it's like people are like, "What's if it doesn't have legs?" You know,
should have hopped on. I wanted to see that.
It doesn't unhinge its jaw or anything. It literally just like chews its food like a lizard. It's crazy. And instead of like wrapping around your arm and you feeling like the muscles using your arm to hold it on like a lizard,
they use their neck.
Snake. It doesn't do that. It just goes out straight and falls off. Like they're the most retarded, craziest looking things ever. They actually live most of their life under the substrate.
That's crazy.
All right, let's get to this last one. Penny, what's the favorite? I guess we could just do reptile. What's your favorite reptile you got in your collection?
To me, it would be Casper.
What? Casper?
Pectinata.
You get
that's what you mean, the new one?
Huh?
The banana?
Nah, I still like the pies
The
because of the
white?
black and white. Black and white always looks good together, bro. Like, can't beat that. I mean, the yellow one is nice, but to my second favorite animal, it would probably be a gargoyle.
What's your second favorite animal that's your first favorite gargoyle?
What?
What's your favorite gargoyle?
One of the red stripe females I have, she has a thicker red than all of them, and her red is kind of like almost like the color of our blood, just a little darker.
So better than that one from the show at Pomona?
Yeah.
All right, Anthony, what about you?
It's a toss. It's a Crested Gecko, obviously. That's just because that's what I do. But it's a toss up. My favorite is a toss up between Bumblebee and then I got.
What's up, guys? So I put my phone in one of those waterproof cases, you know, the life cases, waterproof cases, and it overheated. But I still got the live, so it'll be uploaded to YouTube as well. But we got something special for you to finish off the podcast. That we wanted to finish up the last podcast.
He's gonna get on right now in a sec.
Right.
What up, Street Smart?
What up? What up? What up?
Sheesh. Okay, so it literally saved to you doing
What's up,
this.
Brian?
Like, the video ended with Anthony just, I was like, oh, damn.
Hey, you
That's
gotta
what
go
Val.
bang, bro.
Man.
So, yeah, guys. Phone overheated, you know, slight accident. Oh, look at that sticker, though, bro. That shit's clean. Sheesh.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
The sticker was so hot it made it overheat, bro.
Yeah,
Careful.
I think it was that pair of Crested Geckos you were about to show.
What up, JK Dragon?
It was the hands that did it. It was like,
Oh, you should be a hand model, bro.
It's because his hands already knew there was food coming on the way.
hey, catch me on a Penny's OnlyFans with the hands.
For all you fans,
For all you fans out there.
For all you fans out there, you know, support the other side
your hand
business.
fans.
But was that the end of the questions or?
Yeah, that was all the questions I had. Now we're gonna end it with your pair that you're gonna put up together for us, show some people.
Yeah, Anthony's about to show us some lizard porn.
About to show you how it's done.
I need somebody to play that good music, you know? They don't do without it, but
Oh,
let's
bro,
see.
we
Hold
get
on.
copyrighted. We can't do
Gonna,
that.
gonna end the live again.
I need somebody to do sign language or something.
Jesus.
Penny will serenade us with an acoustic guitar.
Hey, Penny, just show your face right in the camera like this so that geckos can get it on.
Bro, I
heard
stopped
Penny
playing guitar
actually
like
played
3
the
years
drum
ago.
in high school.
I don't even know if I still got it. Bathroom break at work? Yeah, you're working this late?
Dang, bro, you're in the bathroom watching the podcast? You better be answering,
All
bro.
right, guys.
That's a long break.
Just give me a second because I got to think of who I'm going to throw to my Lily White, and then we'll go from there.
Sheesh. So, there's actually one other question I have real quick. Is there any morphs that you can't breed together that, like, you know,
Yes.
like trans to trans you can't do? Like, what are the morphs you can't do?
Lily White to Lily White, you will create a leucistic. Leucistic have been known to die in the egg, come out of the egg, or deformed or non-livable past 24 hours. A lot of defects. That's it.
Nice. There you guys go. Those are the don'ts.
You don't go to
Everything
the bathroom
else
and you
is-
see Penny in a beanie?
Before we show a pair, though, I'm going to show you guys Holy Grail. And I'm going to just show you guys just one of many of his children's too. So this is the one that's a generation beneath him. So this was one of his first kids. And this is one of my lavender lines. I just hope he doesn't try to, he's already trying to bite me. So we'll see what happens. So this is Holy Grail. This is my lily white that started everything. He's about 6 years old.
Dang.
He don't like cameras. I'm sorry. He's more. He said, "Dad, show your hand model, not me." And then this is his lavender line daughter that's already produced last season for me. But I don't want him too close because he will try to mate her. But you can see the purple in there, so
Yeah,
you can see how the cream just blended right in for me.
Puff puff pasture, man.
So what are we gonna breed today?
I'm gonna show you my baby right here. You need one of these, Jeremiah.
What?
You need one of these.
Bro, I got one. You kidding?
A Lewisite?
Let me, bro,
A
mine is way better than, let me bust
That's the
He
Lewisite.
said way better than that.
Let me see the blue.
Oh, God.
Let me see the blues. Show me something that's as blue as his head. And are you gonna breed your dinosaurs? Yeah, I'm hoping to get
First of all,
eggs
you don't
this
got
year.
this badass. Whoa,
What is
psycho.
that?
Look,
No, let me
look how
start put.
badass mine is.
Let me go get the banana real quick. Hold up.
Ah, bro, you don't want none of this. You do not want none of this psycho right here. Okay.
Who do I want to breed him to? That's the question, man. Jesus.
What about this one, Jeremiah?
Oh, come on, bro. Are you flexing right
I can flex bigger after him.
now? Bro, are you flexing right
I got you. I got you one of his babies whenever I get some.
now? Sheesh.
All right. Where else?
Yeah, I can't bust out nothing that's cool because it won't be chill, bro.
Hey, let me see those legless lizards. Can you pull one up?
Oh, bro. Yeah,
Let me
this
see
is kinda
those.
fun.
I only seen like half the video. I can't take out Casper. That was in the log. I want to have Anthony's problem when I'm older. What? Being fat?
Yeah. Hey, Penny, it's better than having a big old forehead, bro.
Sheesh.
Because being fat means you're just eating good, and my geckos are definitely letting me eat good. So,
Bro, it looks so silky.
oh, you know what? This would be an awesome pairing. Ooh,
Do the sides open up?
I don't know, bro. It's like it like breathes, kind of.
Yeah, it looks like it opened up.
Yeah, it does.
All right, so we're gonna try this one, guys. So let's cross our fingers.
All right, let's see this. The finale, guys.
I hear birds chirping.
Hey, shut up, Penny.
Ooh.
Oh, right on the mouth. That's a no-go, bro. You're not gonna get no ladies like that, bro. So I kind of assist them sometimes.
Ooh,
It allows
assist
them
them,
to
huh?
get a
That
good
sounds
grip.
dirty.
Yeah, you know, got to help them with the hand.
Yeesh. Bro, I got a bearded dragon that's like that. He just likes to grab him by the neck and just show him who's boss real quick.
No, so the only times I do that is like if it's a way bigger female and stuff, I will assist them because they tend, like, the females will throw their bodies around and the males can't really manipulate them.
Who am I 5K for, bro?
So hopefully it goes through and we'll see what happens.
Who's gonna win 1v1?
I put my pen?
Gecko wrestling. All right, who's got their money on him?
That was about a body slammer.
Hopefully. So he's just trying to push her off the wall right now and walk her down. And then once he feels the flat grounds, he'll go ahead and start maneuvering his tail. If he doesn't get tired first.
Are they making that noise?
Yeah, so the female's screaming, saying she doesn't want anything to do with it. The male's letting her know, hey, well, it's going to go down regardless.
Why get premium when you can watch this live? I got 50 on the one on top.
I'm on top, Penny's on bottom.
Sheesh. I'm always on top.
Gotta throw him down. But if you, I don't know if you could see that, but she opened her mouth and you could see all the white calcium sacs in her mouth. So that means she can carry fertile eggs already and stuff. So it's just a matter of she's gonna go allow it. But she's calming down, so it should happen.
Should have took bets on how long.
Normally it happens right away, but you can see how aggressive he is, like going to try to breed. Gargoyles, you would have to kind of like leave them and stuff. So it's kind of a work in progress.
Always get some others with their tail.
So you see how he's trying to maneuver that tail now?
Yeah, yeah.
She just needs to stop working him so hard, man.
So, hey,
And she's actually a virgin, so with them, they get a little bit more nervous and don't know what's really going on. So, but I didn't want to do the same pairing as last year, so we're like, we'll just check it out.
And now, what are you hoping to get out of this pairing?
So she is actually a lavender extreme. Holy Girls does throw a lot of lavenders out there. So I'm expecting a lot of lavender base, possibly a little bit of dark base with his genetics. Full pinstripes, obviously, for every single baby. And then hopefully the lavender cream that she has on the side spreads all the way up the side laterals on each one of the babies. So it was a strategic breeding. She was up to size last year, but she was never receptive, so I kind of just let her do her thing. But like, if you see right here, you see how she's throwing that tail? If he does wrap that tail underneath, she will be receptive for him. She's just testing him right now to see if he's dominant enough to handle her. If I threw one of my new beginning males, he wouldn't even be able to mount her like this. So, and sometimes it does take a couple of days, you know, a couple of different pairings to try it out. So.
That noise is crazy, bro. It sounds like a frog.
All right, cool. So he should be trying to step over her in a minute. She's just a hefty one, dude. So he did step over. Now he's going to try to crank underneath. He's going to start wiggling. This is what happens when you're so good with gecko porn. Yeah. You kind of learn these things.
The 101. The birds and the bees.
So right now he's underneath the cloaca, trying to adjust the man parts to the female parts. And then at the last second, he's just going to go ahead and just ram it in.
Oh. Oh. She's on, no. Don't do it.
Damn, he's slapping them cheeks.
And this is way more complicated than bearded dragons. Like, my bearded dragon got that far, he's in already.
Pretty much.
Bro, my bearded dragon, even if he's not in, like, he's already showing his hemipenes and just everything's everywhere, like, before he even gets near it.
Everyone's so quiet. Honestly, it's interesting watching geckos, you know, do their little thing.
So is he locked in right now or no?
No, he's not. So I'm actually on the other side waiting for him to try to lock it in. But right now he's just securing his thing. He had to fight her down, so basically he's trying to catch his breath, and then he's gonna use his backside to lift up, and then just literally like shove it in.
So there's 30 of us perverts watching. Careful.
It's serious business. Everyone.
Hey, this is better than Animal Planet.
Fingers crossed. Everybody cross your fingers at home.
Gotta make sure he gets it in.
Everybody tap that little triangle in the bottom right corner and send this to
That's
all your
Anthony and Penny pairing.
live.
You know I tap Penny's cheeks. Real quick. There's no question. I'll hold him down.
That's Chris. That looks like Chris and Street Smurf. What's up, Rising?
So technically, since he bit her on the right side, he's on the wrong side. Technically, if you want to get personal with it. Realize that once you
He likes that reach over.
he might jump on the other side, so we'll see.
Penny or Anthony, who's chirping?
No, that's Penny chirping right there.
Anthony's a screamer.
I'm a biter.
Help a homie out, LOL.
Nah, if I put my finger in there, he'll let go and he'll bite my finger. Like, he's so reactive. It's not even funny.
Reach over.
Now that's him chirping. He's like, hey, bro, like, I'm not going to let go.
Like, I ain't got all day.
The iguana's like, what the fuck? That fool is just watching. He just got on my beanie and started watching. He's like, ooh, porn. Oh, he's all like, oh, they caught me.
And the
$5 if you reach over.
Different than reach around, guys. Just to let you know, the reach around is different. Okay.
Come here, Penny. Bend over. I'm going to reach around.
Penny, does the biting hurt?
Trying to think. If I had another pairing, you know what? I have another one that could possibly go down pretty, a little faster too. So we'll try it.
Iguana wishes that was him. Honestly, for real.
I don't think I paired him yesterday, so we should be okay. I like to give him at least 2 to 3 days minimum of a break in between, so I'm not overworking him.
That's because Anthony's always hungry. What you got behind you, Penny? This is a banana pectinata. Doing it sideways.
All right, so I'm going to grab the other pair right now. Where are you at? I just had you. Come on, mama.
No, better not poop on me. I don't trust you being on like that.
So I can use you,
Come
girl.
on, bro. Let's get that
I
on
can
live
use-
one time. Just, you know.
I was just trying to show his booty. Oh, and then in the enclosure, they're all Gargoyle geckos.
All right, guys. So I got 2 more.
Wrong hole with that.
Wait, which one did breed yesterday?
All right,
This was
see.
tricolor. Rockstars 130. What's today's date? The 1st or 2nd?
First.
Oh, okay. Dang. So he may not lock up, but hopefully he does. But we're going to try it.
Anthony promised us a lot, guys. Just to let you know. That's why we all got back on. He promised us a lot.
I said I'd try. Jesus.
He told me he was the best he's ever met. I was like, dang, bro. That's a lot.
Look, you guys want to see an aggressive gecko? Look, watch. Look, watch. He wants to bite me so bad.
The finger.
It's so crazy when they look straight up. Are you like that?
Yeah, I try to. Penny tries to look back at me.
Look back at it.
Let me show you guys how it's done. I think Underworld's still a virgin.
I got a few more minutes before I gotta go get me some dinner. Let's see what these guys can do. Oh, look at that guy.
They both have big, huge crests too, as you can see. That's something I was happy with this. So look, he's sniffing. He can smell there's a female.
He's got that big head gene for sure.
Yeah, Anthony has a scent when I'm close to him too.
Look, see,
I noticed the female roar.
Man, this one's like a turtle race.
He's gonna gently bite her, and then he's gonna like go crazy on her. If he's interested, like I said, he did breed yesterday. See, he gently nipped her, and he's gonna work his way up. He's croaking, letting her know that she's ready. And then she is staying there, so you might get a confirmed locked here, bro. To be honest, she's not squirmy like the other one, so that's a good reception sign.
That's some expensive sex.
Rebite her, buddy. Come on. So right now, like I said, they have bad eyesight because it is pretty bright in here. But he's gonna try to bite her when she starts moving. See? Now he's hanging on for the ride of his life.
Who's laughing?
That penny laugh.
The penny laugh.
So look, she's straightening out, and look, he's about to wrap the tail, and you're gonna be all set. So I'm hoping for high creams and high yellows on this one. So that's my goal.
Cloudy Triangles, don't refer to... Chris, you don't even know about Cresties. You barely got some. Well, your girl has some.
Look, he's doing the reach over method too.
Perfect. He got a good bite. He's gonna lean over and he's gonna try to wrap her. Watch. Dang, dude, I gotta really stop feeding my females so much. They're so big compared to these males. Like, she's walking no problem. The males are supposed to hold them down. This shit is not working.
She look like Debo out there.
Sheesh.
Is that the Korean yellow?
Who said that?
Tony.
Oh my God.
Got me watching this report at work. You're still in the restroom, Cloudy. Damn.
Damn.
Well, like I said, he did just breed yesterday, so he might not have that much testosterone to want to keep pushing. So,
Sheesh.
Well, you guys saw what it looks like, some of the signs and everything. I mean, you might as well say the other one's lie. It's not like you guys see any different.
oh, yeah, I don't like messing with them, dude. Oh, ah!
Come on, we need some blood before the podcast is over.
Look, kid, we didn't even get a lock. I could have locked faster like that.
Look, what? Like I said, he doesn't have that much testosterone levels right now because he did just breed at like 10 o'clock last night.
You guys saw the telltale signs, the croaking, the
Like,
biting.
he's still on her. Look at that. Like, he ain't letting go.
Take a bite. I'll tell you fought. A grown man scared.
Oh!
Now you gotta run away.
You know what? Watch this. I know you gotta go, but I got a male that's super mean, and he might knock it out. When I say mean, he's mean. I don't mess with him.
We won't go to what?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely trying to bite me. Gosh.
Everyone go to Underworld Live after he say he's gonna show you how he locks to his gecko. Damn.
So look, I gotta use one of these. He's mean, dude. Like, he's gonna try to bite me before I put him down.
Damn.
No. Look at here. That's more like bearded dragons.
They just charge quick.
Yeah, I should have given him another receptive female, but that's one I would probably pair to him. So I was like, I'll try it.
This is 2022, 30 people watching lizard porn at work.
Oh, what does the podcast come to?
Some National
It's
Geographic stuff, because I haven't
gonna
seen
be
that.
some OF podcast.
Before we get too much deeper, and I can't upload this to freaking YouTube for the lizard porn, I want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors tonight. We got Travis from Kuhl Dragons, Anthony from Goldenlined Cresties, Penny from LA Exotics, John from Extreme Dragons, Christy from JK Dragons, Jason from High Desert Dragons, Steven from Sapphire Dragons, Colin from Superfly Dragon Guy, and Ryan from Fryzies Reptilez, guys. All these guys help make the podcast possible. All the merch, everything you see, it's possible because of these guys. So if you're a part of our Patreon or any of that and you're getting some of these cool new stickers that we got out, and when you guys see the new banner, all the shirts, everything that comes out this year is going to be thanks to these guys. So shout out these guys. Go follow them if you're not already. Damn, bro, that looks way more aggressive than a bearded dragon. I don't think the female bites back.
You hope she does, you said?
I said, I don't think she bites back.
Oh, yeah, she does. Look, she bit him and he stops.
I like Underworld when I get on top of him. I'm mean.
But look, when I touch him, I might get bit. Oh, okay, never mind. He's like, I'm done. So,
They're like, she
obviously
bit
she's
me.
not ovulating or whatever, so she's not being receptive. What I do is I try at least 2 times a week until it happens, and then we're confirmed locked and we're good.
All right, guys, there's some tips if you're trying to breed. And if you guys watch the podcast, you pretty much know everything you need to know about Cresties and Gargoyle geckos. Everything will be uploaded to YouTube as well. So if you can, go check it out on Redzone Reptilez YouTube channel. And you'll see all the future podcasts you can catch up if you're a new subscriber. And please go, if you got a YouTube channel, go subscribe. It's super easy. We appreciate it. And keep following the podcast. I appreciate all the people that tuned in tonight and all the sponsors.
Have a good one, guys.
See you later. Have a good one.